Hello, comrades. It's Premier River, and I am back again, and I have undid a lot of our planning. Undone a lot of our planning? Yeah, I think it's undone. In any event, here we are. So what I did was I came in after we got done our planning last episode, and I got rid of our coal processing plant and moved it back and up. It was like, you could almost see, this was like the spot it was. So I moved it up into the hill so that we should be able to get a conveyor straight down into here. Oh, no, he'll call. Yeah, I was a little bit afraid of this. So what I need to do now is get our tool here and start digging into this cliff a little bit. So I don't want to get too fiddly with this episode, but we do need to get this, lowered just a bit so that conveyor can fit there. So like some of these things I may just pause in a few minutes and see if we can. Yeah, so I'm going to get that straightened out. So I got to dig a trench across there. But the idea would be that our coal, there's two reasons I did this. One is I really do want to be able to get the cement out by train. Moving cement around the map by truck is just almost probably not worth it. And the way we had it designed before, we couldn't. So... And then in addition to that, I really wanted to put the buffer of a large aggregate storage for our coal, right? So that's the coal ore processing. And then so here's our cement, and then here's a cement silo. And then the plan would be one way or the other to attach this cement silo up to a rail, right? So that we can eventually get that out. Now, we have still have a lot going on in this area. So like if we were to come out here... Yeah, that's good. At least the road comes out the right size in this case. Let's spin it around this way so I can... All right, so this could come there, and then this would be the coal that comes out. And I do want a pumping station out of this storage into everything. And then this will need to come down to there. That's pretty much a miracle what just happened. Now, we haven't gotten our rail in here, so maybe I'm not, but just to show you. So... coal needs to come to here. Now I also disconnected our stone, which is going to need to come into here, right? I do kind of wish, let's turn it. Maybe I'll be able to get that road out if I turn it at a little bit of an angle. Hopefully that angle is fine, right? And then, yep, that will be fine, right? And then that's going to have to continue on because we'll have other needs for coal. I mean, for stone. Iron, I'm not sure why I didn't put this one in, but iron can go right in there. So we got iron and coal to the steel. Stone can come across, I'm hoping, one way or the other, this way. So now the biggest thing I want to do, and I'm not sure, we might have to put a conveyor in here or something. Let's go ahead and get a railroad cargo station. Right, do we have a mod that would be like a smaller version? We have any... I don't have too many rail mods. I certainly didn't look for any road vehicles. No, I'm not seeing anything that really says rail. I mean, I guess it could be... It's not storage. It would be something along the lines of rail, but that's fine. We'll go back to here. See if we can't get... Yeah, see, like... I mean, I'd really like to rather have it this way, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get... Now, we could come all the way back here, right? And that might attach up. Yeah, that's really not the worst spot if it'll attach to that. Like, will this attach? Building in the way. I think there's something wrong with this mod. I can't get the... I started doing all this and actually recording it before, and I can't get this to connect. And I think it's this. It just keeps saying building in the way, but no matter what I do, there's nothing in the way. And I don't want to spin this around too much. I mean, I got it connected because I put the road out this way, but that's extremely highly frustrating, whatever's going on there. Like, because there is no building in the way, right? Now, I wonder, can we just do like a forklift crossing? Like, would that... Come on. Right, maybe I can get cheated a bit. But see, I don't know that it's just... Yeah, see, that'll connect, but this is just, no matter almost what you do, not connecting if you're turning to the right coming out of there, or the left, so whatever way you look at that. Yeah, so let's get rid of that for a second. Play pause. Now, there's a reason I have time paused. It's because we started to have catastrophes around the map. And I want to focus on this building, because I feel like if I play time and then there's catastrophes, we go off to the catastrophes, and then I kind of lose focus on what we were doing over here. So for at least a few minutes, I would like to try to get this worked out. Yeah, I really don't want to go this way. Can we get it to go? Well, see, then we're going to block the road here. Right? Like, I really need it, like, right there. And I think that's going to be, like, too long for a thing. Now, this might be a case for... Oh, we got the wrong thing anyway. Let's get to the right thing. Though it's very similar. It's not so similar. I mean, we come here. Yeah, let's get rid of this. All right, and then let's just see if we can... Yeah, we have to level a little more out. Plus, we'll do a little extra, just so that the railroad, you know, has a little level spot out of the building. All right, and let's just go right to where... Right, now will you connect? Please connect. Yeah. So there we go. So we could have a rail coming out this way. And then... Yeah, so now, you know what the problem's going to be? Can we get the road? Yeah, so we're not going to be able to get a road. We're too close. Alright, let's delete that. Yeah, we need to be able to get... We have to be able to get this road out of here. So let's see. What's the... Would you... Yeah, you would attach that way. So let's get rid of this. Come back to railroad tracks. I'm just using that as a spacer. Oh, yeah, look. Alright, now will you attach... I think you will. Yep. If I can get you in the right spot. Yeah, so we're attached by road, because we're not necessarily immediately going to be ready for rail anyway. So now I would say the next thing is to get like across here, right? So we need to get across in a way that... Across, not across. Across in a way that would... Yeah, can we... Let's get rid of some more road very carefully. Right. And then, you know what, really this doesn't need to be here. This can go through any which way, right? And then we'll have like a cargo one. Now the other question is... Yeah, let's just see how it works out. Let's get... But here's what I'm thinking is, we wouldn't hurt to be able to get stone around the map with trains either. We don't need iron. We don't need to... Let's get rid of that delete tool before I make a big mistake. All right, so I'm just wondering, yeah, we need to get the stone across here too. So what I'm thinking of is, yeah, let's see that. Can we do... All right, and that leaves us some fairly big openings there. And then, no, I think we need to go a little further down if it'll let us. All right, so we were like right there. Let's go trying to line up the grid. Yeah, good. That's yeah, as long as those two attach. Right, so that gives us an extra get through, if you want to call it that. Gives us a little more room right here. So can we get this? This would be... Yeah, let's try... All right, we know we can get through there, and then I can delete back a little bit of it. All right, and then can we get this to turn? Too sharp of a turn, but that's all right. We can, well, let's do a little more track that way. And we can delete this back a little bit more. I think we're going to get a little bit too close to... No, you won't flatten. Yeah, see, it's... sort of a, we got chicken and an egg problem going on here. When you do one thing, it's not going to like the other. But if I can get that to be green, yeah, see, that's going to be too sharp of a turn. Yeah, flatten terrain. Okay, so we can do a little flatten terrain. It wasn't. Yeah, we want to use this. Yeah, see, it's not letting me. The problem is that's red right there, and I'm trying to cut across that red. Yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, so that one's across. Now I want to keep these rails separate, so I'm thinking the road can go through here. So let's delete this up a little bit. So this will be like our passenger line cutting through here, tram or whatever you want to call it. Oh, what happened there? All right, so the tram can come there. We can move that station as is needed. All right, and then the road can come. Yeah, this is a question too. Do we want to try to get a bridge across here? I don't think immediately, but if we don't do it immediately, we could end up with problems. Now, I don't want to really get into this driveway because if we could easily cause a traffic jam. All right. All right, now will you attach here, or can we come off of, like, say, right there? Yeah. No, building in the way. Right. Take you back a little bit and spin you, not building in the way. Yeah. All right, so that's good too, because if for some reason we wanted to get coal out of there, we definitely could. And then do we need to, I don't think we're going to get between those buildings. All right, and we really, we'll take this guy out this, oop, I missed. We'll take this guy out this way. All right, but you know what, I'm going to turn off this wireframe because every time I have it on, I do nothing but follow the wireframe, right? So this guy can come. All right, and that would be our cement plant attached up. Now, can we get, this is just a thing, so yeah, look, we could be able to get that guy. That's fine. There you go. All right, so that attaches that up. Now, we need to get this stone conveyor across here, which I might have done first. And this kind of got all pre-built, which I don't like, but yeah, you know what? We're going to try to get the conveyor across all this mess first. Let's come here and just hope beyond hope. This is not. Oh my gosh. I did deliberately move it down a little bit more this way so that it wouldn't be right on that track curve. Boy, I'm surprised. All right, so let's get another. I'm just going to do this. I don't really want it to attach and create a new junction. And then this will need another one here. So that's stone over at least this far. That's coal, but coal could come out of other places. Now, we kind of blocked the coal coming out that way, but it doesn't really need to, right? Can we get some more of this action going? All right, I'm trying to just say, can we place this? Yeah, it would be over here, say. Yeah, some other infrastructure's in the way, right? I wish I could. It's just a matter of putting this in the right place. Let's go a little further away. You know what? Let's get rid of this road very carefully with that tool. That could be the problem. Yeah, see, we probably were in a good spot. And the way I do it is, If you can get it to be red, see how we can move it a little bit closer and it'll go right through that. So we'll get rid of this guy. And we'll just move it a little bit closer and we should be fine. See that? Yeah, right through the middle. Good guess on my part. All right, so there we go. So we got coal over to the other side. I'm not even going to mess with that. Though I think we might have a problem. So what do we want this stone over here for? So we got the stone feeding into here. Well, we've already got the stone storage here. It would be kind of nice to get it, you know, like instead of even using this, like this was just for the long run. All right, is it worth, let's see, can we get across here? Yeah, I don't really want you to attach like that, but I can't stop you either. All right, yeah, so we didn't like that. See, and this is the problem with it attaching. It sets all your roads in place, and just wish you could turn that off. All right, so now let's get rid of that and that. And just see, can we... Well, you know what, the better thing to do maybe is just to get rid of this much of the railroad tracks and just see if we can't, because then when you do that it'll at least show us how far along. Like I would think that could be a pretty reasonable location. So see, now when we do it, see, like if we go a little bit closer, and now the problem is I'm worried, yeah, I think let's just try a little bit closer. All right, so like more like in line with that over there, like here. Yeah, see, let's just see what happens. Now my concern is, yeah, I was gonna say getting this track out of here. It's a little bit too close. Let's put on the wireframe so we can kind of see. So maybe right with this line right there. Oops, I didn't. So we get rid of that. I'm going to move this just a little bit. Yeah, you know what? If I keep this a little bit further down this way, right? And that looks like it'll line up a little bit better. Again, these tracks can be changed. Like they don't need to come in right there. Now the big question is, can we get 4 tracks through here? Can we get tracks through here? No. Yeah. I remember struggling always to get 4 tracks through. See what I mean? And I definitely don't want these combined, but you know what? Do we really need 4? No, because I think we have a modded thing. Conveyor pipe, 3 rail. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's get rid of all of this. All right, get rid of this. Get rid of all of this. We really, like, this is just going to be to pick up cement, right? If we need a rail siding or something for that, we can always, right? But we could do like a 3 rail thing. I'm thinking like right there, maybe. And I did it the wrong way. You know what? We're going to get rid of all of this. Then we're going to do 3 rail siding, but we're going to have the conveyor going in the right direction. Right? We'll kind of, yeah, like that. And then, let's see, can we get... Let's get rid of some of that. and a little bit of this. And then when I'm thinking, oh, come on. Really? Okay. Give you a little extra levelly love. Let's see where you go. So fiddly sometimes. All right, let's get rid of... Yeah, see, the part of the problem is now that we have the conveyor across, it's not letting us... It doesn't let you level everything. Yeah, let's... Can we raise you up a bit here? Because it's not just a matter of downhill in the direction. It's like downhill or uphill side to side can mess you up very well. All right, can we get you... Yeah, that rarely works. Alright, that's not going to work, but can we see, it's... Alright, come on. We just had it. Yeah, see, that's almost making it worse there. The game doesn't know what its own problem with it is, right? Yeah, see, some of the problem is we're pinned by these conveyors, which I really don't want to take the conveyors off. I can live with that. There we go. Hey, just a matter of fiddling enough. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about that. Let's get rid of... We'll just have this... I mean, if we really need to, we can probably get that to attach. Right, and then let's get rid of that. And even this. Just so it's... Alright, you should be able to get in there, and you get in there. And you get in here. And this we definitely want to loop out of it. And then this is going to be... Oops, kind of missed in a funny way there, didn't I? Yeah, you know, I'm going to get rid of some of that and redo it. Alright, so that's going to be heading off into town. This will be the outgoing cargo, and we'll be able to pick up the cement from here. And then, yeah, I don't see why we couldn't maybe... Well, we need to get this... Yeah, we need to get this road across here. So let's see. I don't really want to build a bridge because I think that's a bit extreme at this point. Can we go like that and... Will you attach? Yeah, I'm not going to attach it yet, but... Right, that's pretty reasonable. We can attach this over here. Can we get this guy out of here? Is that... Yeah, we just had it in the wrong spot earlier. Right, and then that'll just be a reminder. This will be... I don't want to do anything with that. This can be... Oh, yeah, so it'll be a little reminder there that we need a road. Might even attach it right to the same intersection there. Good, so now we got coal across the road. We've got... Yeah, we could do a fancy schmancy thing here. I wonder if we'll get so lucky... Right, and by fancy schmancy, I mean mod, conveyor pipe, road, rail crossing, road crossing, one in, one out. Yeah, see, this would have to be like down here to line up with the current thing. And we could take our chances. Remember that where this was, right? It was like right where this Y is off, so we can put it back hopefully in the right place. I consider it a bit of a miracle that we even got it in there. Alright, so let's see. Can we do... Yeah, what is this one? Yeah, is that more expensive? No, they're really the same price. No, we just need the... Oh. to the real question, the $1,000,000 question. Ah, there's no way. I put that in the wrong spot. It needs to go. Oop, yeah. This is a little annoying thing about the way the mods are. I kind of wish that this would be in with the regular stuff, if that makes sense. Yeah, we need to get rid of some road, which is sort of unfortunate. But yeah, and this may cause other problems, but yeah, I think it would have to be like here. Yeah, let's do control. And I think that's... Yeah, let's just see what happens. So the big $1,000,000 question. Yeah, some other infrastructure's in the way. And I really wish it would like show you more of it so I could judge what the problem is in particular. So if we're going to do this, I think let's try... We'll try to cheat this guy. It's a little bit further down. I don't know if this is going to work, but... Yeah. And then you should be able to attach. Oh, this is... Oh, it worked. Right? Because then we'll have the stone coming across the railroad tracks. We'll have the stone coming across the road. And then what I'm picturing is... train track. Cargo station. Yeah, we'd need another... Yeah, we would need a storage that could connect... Well, no, we need the train aggregate loading. And this would have to go this way. Alright. And then... Yeah, we'll put it a little closer to the road, I think. And then... Let's go back over to conveyors. Yeah, I kind of liking it. All right, so this one gets over to there, which gets into here, which means we could take, like, this was just all kind of temporary. That we might want to bring bitumen in by train. That's certainly far from my concern. Nothing else, we could have like just a depot that's closer, and like, we could still supply it by truck if worse came to worse. I'd rather be able to get this stone out of here, right? Let's just make sure everything's making sense. Yeah, because we can reattach that up. This could get attached like this. Well, maybe one way or the other. Oh, come on. Really? Yeah, it's not liking being so close to that. Right. So those two would be attached up. We could load up trains. Now, yeah, we could continue with stone to anything else that needed it. But at this point, what I want. Okay, yeah, we got rid of this. Let's go and... Yeah, we got rid of this. Let's see, can we do this without destroying that thing? Though I think the conveyor's going to be on the wrong... The road's going to be on the wrong side. All right, so now we would need to be able to get... Yeah, this is going to be another minor miracle if this... No, it's not going to go... Well, yeah, that is the building. Let's just see what happens. This does start off high in the air. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. So there we go. That would be stone, right? Pumping from here to here to here, going over to rail, going into the cement, coming over to do our asphalt and our And our concrete, we'd have rails that come out and they actually work out to be on the right side. So let's get rid of most of this for a minute. We'll just do something that's as much a reminder as anything else, right? Like we'd have, you know, fairly long run into this one so that we could park an extra train there if we really wanted to. And then we could come out this way. And then this one, yeah, do we really... Yeah, let's stay up out of the way here, right? We can almost kind of... Because this would be the one that would get our cement. Yeah, let's get this... Right, and then this would tie in to one way. Right at this point we could do... There we go. See how I follow those? Yeah, this could just tie in. I mean, at this point it'd be one way in, one way out, but we could easily, you know, do something like this with it. Yeah, you're not going to like that too much, are you? This could be... Alright, so there we go. Again, I'm not too worried about that. Very much subject to change, but that's good because we could have that whole intersection up there and not interfere with this guy, which needs to come over to our town, which is right over here. So what I'm picturing over here is that we have a train platform. Let's say like right there. I'm going to turn off this wireframe so I stop thinking about it. Right, and then let's get rid of this. At least that much. And then this guy will come just like past that. Right, and then we have to think about how we handle this dead-end station there, but this station could then pick up people. Now, the other place we're really going to need people, so this is going to get people to this station, which should probably be moved now. Right. Just for the sake of straightness. It's a little hard to... Because I think that might help our road situation a little bit, too. So we've really made a lot more room in here to get things in and out the way we're doing. This is... You know, second time's the charm. I don't know if they ever say that, but... right, so now, like, I definitely see us being able to get roads around here. Now, this sort of blocked off our intersection a bit. But that's okay. We can come from wherever just to get in here with the road, right? And then we didn't put in a station, but... Right, so where's... Oops. So these people are going to need to go to... this plant, and this plant. So right there is probably fine. A small train platform. And that looks very reasonable as far as straightness goes. Right? So we can have, you know, people dropped off here. That we have more people that can come up and work. You know, why are you even here? Oh, that's the ore processing. Yeah, so we'll need the ore processing plant. Then we're going to need to run another line eventually all the way up to our iron. And then the other last thing that we would want... Yeah, and you know what I'm thinking of is we want to get it so that people can get to, like by train, these. And I'm thinking that we can... Yeah, I really don't want to mess with that road too much. How far away are we? As long as we're under... Yeah, this is really not bad. We can come down here a little bit, like in this area. Right? And we're about even between the two if we just came to here. Yeah, between those 3 trees right there. ballpark. Let's do the leveling tool. We can get a little closer with that, I think. I want to take this hill down a bit. We might make that a loop through just to make it a little more efficient. But we'll see. We don't always have to loop everything through. And one of the reasons I tend to do that on the train stations is because it does help a lot with their flow. Like, so if we did like this, I think we could get people to both of those plants relatively well, right? Now, what else are we missing? I don't know. Let's see, can we get... okay, but I think we can level that out a bit. Alright, let's just see what that did. Too steep a descent. Yeah, it's not even wanting to be... yeah, so let's get the wireframe back out, and I'm going to try to raise this up just so it's a little... Sometimes it's a matter of it getting out of there a little bit. Yeah, we just probably want to raise. And then can we do a little road leveling? Yeah, that's a lot of leveling. Alright, and we'll do a little more. Yeah, see, once you get it up a bit, it's not too bad to... Alright, so now, as we think about that, the next thing, what other buildings do we want? We don't make bricks, and bricks are going to need what? Is it just coal, right? So let's think about... We don't have to make all of the stuff in this area, too, I guess. Though we sort of seem to be... Yeah, if we did bricks... Well, the problem's going to be bricks... Yeah, I wonder if... that's sort of... You know, we have a connection, and we could probably connect... Now, I'd want a storage yard, and that puts our... Yeah, I wonder if we... Let's see what the power plant looks like. Coal power plant. Coal power plant would want to go this way. So I'm trying to... Before we bring this railroad track down, think about what we would want to do. Yeah, I think we could maybe just split and maybe keep the power plant up this way, which is good because it'd be further away from town, right? We might be able to get people... No, I think we'd maybe have another stop. Alright, so if we did a power plant there and a brick factory... Could go like maybe here. Right, and then we would... Our coal is not going exactly the direction I'd want, but let's just play it out further. Right, then I would have like a splitter, say, here. I don't know if that's gonna... Yeah, that would connect. Let's see, will you connect better from this one? Alright, so that could go into these and here. It sort of befuddles our our station there, but can we get a... Let's just take a look. Can I get the railroad? No, you don't like... No, you won't turn green for me. There you go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, that, I kind of... let's... kind of like that. As long as we'll get it attached up here. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you can go the other way. Yeah. Let's see. Let's get our little leveling. It's not liking the overall. Let's push it down the hill a little bit more. All right, it's a pretty steep climb, but then we would come here with a small train platform. And this is definitely going to have me wanting to be looping it around in the back of that, which is going to be a pain. Back of the other station up the hill there. Right, and then what I'm thinking of is this guy can wrap around, you know, somehow and tie into this relatively close to here. Like I would try to, maybe we even do something like this. All right, let's get rid of enough that a tram could sit in there. All right, and then this one would come out and kind of, well, we're going to be in the city, so we're going to, all right, but we don't want this to be too, right, like a tram can probably sit right there. Can we get this guy to separate before that? Yeah, see, like, right, and then, yeah, let's come down here. Right, so like each side would have a side, and then they would, this one would go up to here to take people that way. This would come here to take people this way, which I believe will be close enough to get this, especially with footpaths. And then what I would really like to do, and I may do this off camera, plus I want to take a little bit of a break here. I need one. But what I think I'm going to do is just see if I can't put in a loop here so that they're coming around and not, like, that'll just help with the flow, especially because we have two stops on here. Can I get out? Yeah, see, I'm going to have to do kind of a little bit of a bunch of leveling. Can I come? Yeah, see, there you go. That helps. All right, and then this. Oh, look, I got it green up to there. The problem's going to be getting it to... Yeah, so that's going to be too tight. All right, I need to make sort of a massive loop. Oh, what did I do? I attached to the wrong thing. Let's... All right, which kind of leads to the question of, do we want to have a bridge across here? Especially, I don't like the trains that are passenger trains attaching to or crossing paths with freight trains, or really any other train. I like it to be a clean, no messing around. All right, so we talk about getting train bridge over this just so that we don't slow our passenger trains down coming this way. All right, let me fiddle with this and see if I can't get something of a decent loop in there, and then I will come back after my little break. See you in a minute. I put in a loop around here, which wasn't too hard. I mean, it's, you know, not pretty, but it's what the game needs, right? So we'll be able to take trains, and then they'll be able to drop off. We'll talk about that up here as well. Like if we bring them all the way up to here, we'll try to loop them right back around and into this one so that there's at least not too much. We'll have a little congestion getting them in and out of here. But I like the loop because it lets us control the trains coming back a little bit better. Not that we'll have that many of them, but I think it'll be worth it. And then I put this bridge in across here because I could, and then I was sort of getting carried away with building tracks without you guys. So one of the things I'd like to do is I went in and I looked at our construction and our gravel, right? So just looking at all the things, cement plant we have, prefab panels we don't, right? And this is something that could definitely use the cement. And then we have the concrete plant, asphalt plant, which we had built earlier. Bricks, we put that in. There's our brick factory. So really the only thing we have, well, two things. Well, we have the power plant here. We have the bricks. So we have the steel mill. So the prefab panels would be the one thing we might be able to squeeze over here. And I was looking, like, it would be nice if we could get it over here. But I think, you know, I don't know that it's worth destroying all of this stuff, right? Like, I'd kind of want to put it right where that train track is. I mean, we could, that would make things simpler, right? But then the other side of it is we don't necessarily have a good way of getting, say like if I put this in and then I have like a storage yard that I might want to have. Now these things hold a fair amount, and I'm not trying to make this like, we're going to build bigger and better things around the map, but I would like to get, you know, this at least planned out, even if we don't build it. I think it's just a neat exercise in building. So what I want to do, let's get rid of this and just put maybe it over here is what I was thinking. All right, so we're going to get rid of these two buildings. Let's do play pause. All right, and then, yeah, the other thing that we want to do is like, so this is the stone that we could get out of here. So we're going to get real busy with the train. So this is the cement. So I think I want to come in for a moment and go over to the railroad tools and just get rid of, you know, like all of this railroad, just so it's not, at least up to a certain point here, right? Like, and then we'll rethink what we're going to do with this railroad as we go along. There's a little node right there. So we'll just come up to, like, say here. Right? And then, so when we come off of this bridge, right, we'll need to get, I want to get a stone train in here. I want to get a cement train in here. I'd also like to possibly get a cement train into our, what do you call it? Like a yard that we can just drop off to the prefabs. So let's start out with, yeah, can we get, let's just see how the prefab building, or the, sorry, yeah, prefab panels building gets in here. So if we did this or something like it and try to just tuck it as far away, now that's going to block our railroad track a little bit, right? Can we get it like down here? Yeah, I think we could still get the stone conveyor. We could probably get the road out over to this way. And then the question would be, how do we actually get this attached? Let's see, what would a, can we get a regular storage yard from here? No, of course not. All right, it's a small storage yard, doesn't have a train thing. This would have a train thing, right, where we would have prefab panels. Now, I don't think we can store, well, we can't store cement in here. So, yeah, I think maybe the best thing to do is just go right for a railroad yard. And then if we had cement, it would, we would have the cement just come right in here and sit, right? And then we'd have another train that would come in and pick up the prefab panels and just kind of sit there. Again, kind of like low usage kind of thing. Now, I'd like to sort of stay away as far as I think we can from the incoming track, just so we have room to maneuver, right? I think that might connect. Let's see. It might, yeah, that would. Right, so the first thing I would do is just on the principle of the, you have to start somewhere. Right, that would be a train that could come in here and just drive back and forth on that track. Now, can we get, oh, this is only limited to 3. Okay. So I guess what we would want to do is sort of split off of there. So this track would not go into here, but I'm going to bring it along parallel because I think it might look nicer. All right, so this would be the cement train coming in and out that would go into here. So we would not let, only one train could come into here. One would go there. So like right after this, we would probably want to do something like this where, yeah, just go to there is good. So we could have a train sitting here. If we wanted two trains running around getting cement, which I really doubt, we could do that. Now this would have to be tied into this. It gets tied into this. And then this other track here would be where we would have a train coming in to here. So what I think I would do, yeah, let's run this. Oops. Oh, I'm into that click thing. Yeah, let's take that close to the building. All right, and then can we get in? Let's do this. Let's go. Oop, you know what? Yeah, now I'm into the click thing again. I think I might even go like this. Let's get rid of this. All right, so and then we'll get this guy attached up. You know, squeeze in. What does this building need? Brick factory, road. Where's the road connection on the other side? Okay, which might be its own problem. One problem at a time. All we can handle, right? So I want to try to take, you know what I'm going to do? This is kind of an easier way to do this in my, why are you not? Oh, look at all that mess. Right, you need to be attached. All right, and then, no, we'll just leave that go. So that this guy can come over like this, right? And then if you kind of step back a little bit, you can usually find a nice curve that way. All right. And then this one can come wrap around, hopefully right on the inside of that one. All right, and we'll run this in to the point well, we don't really need a signal in here because it doesn't attach on the other side, but I'll leave it. We'll go like this. All right, because as long as there's a signal in and out, we'll be fine. And then this guy needs to tie in someplace where we can have a train sitting here, another one in here, a little bit of a staging. I don't anticipate that much, but so then this will need to be attached. Yeah, we want to make this as long as we can feeding in here, actually. So can we leave enough room that we could get a signal in there? All right, and this would be like the incoming track. Then we would need I really don't want you to attach that way. All right, because we need to. I want to get as long and in and out as I can. So will you? No. Yeah, let's get rid of that node if we can. I think that might be messing us up. All right, I want you to be able to come over to here. Building in the way. Yeah, that's a bugger. Oh, there we go. All right, so he can get off of there. Well, that's not really what I want. Yeah, the problem is this building. Yeah, so let's get rid of this. Whoa, baby. Let's try this again. So we know if we come off of here, say like right there, we should be able to. Right, so can we swing that in here and make it as long as we can, with the hope that we could get a train sitting on there. And then this one, yeah, that's, can you do this for me? Let's do this. Can you do, yes. Yeah, we might be pretty limited in the length of the train, but it might be possible to get two. Then the other question is, do we ever really need to, for the prefab panels? I'm not really looking to export these things. It's more for my wanting to be domestically self-sufficient. And again, will we even build these anytime soon? I don't know, but at least we'll have the option. Now this, yeah, so we could have prefab panels getting picked up. Again, if it's just one train, fine. If it's more than one, fine. So now what we want to do, it would be nice to be able to, let's see. Yeah, that sort of interferes an awful long way. Do we think a train, yeah, the gravel cars are relatively small, but I'd really like to come off, well, maybe we just come off here, but then I'm making like a mega giga intersection, which might be okay, right? What if we came off of like here? All right, and then we, I don't know that that needs to really be that. So this would be the train track that would come in and go to the cement. Kind of comes together. We'd have a cement train coming from there into here. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not perfect by far. And I really don't like that. I think what I would change, yeah, so I'm trying to make this as long as I can. Can I get this to go in? Might be getting a little too fiddly, but let's just stretch the possibilities. All right. Come back to there. So what I want to try to do is get this cargo station even a little further away. Will that? All right. As long as that's not too long, that gives me that much more run in. And this can definitely be, sorry, I heard a truck backing up. All right, this, well, you know what, let's just get rid of it. And, all right, because this doesn't matter as long as it, oh, yep, I did hear a truck. The oil guy is here, which I do want to go out and get him. Let me be right back.
I am back. It's actually a couple days later. I have some personal things to deal with, and so I'd like to wrap up this episode just because I think we're at a pretty good spot. I did take a real quick look around before I came to the same spot. So we have, let's just review real quick. So we have a train station that can go one of these two train routes, right? So you can come up here, drop off people for power and bricks. No, yeah, bricks. Like I said, it was a couple days. This station is here so that we can drop people off to the mining camp. And depending on if this one's close enough, it might be better to, this is the coal mining. If we go to, here's coal processing ore storage. Somebody had left a comment within the last couple days. So there's an ore storage feeding out to the different industries. But there is a train station here. If we come up the other branch, right? So then there's another station. I'll have to put a loop in here or something somehow. I'm sorry, no, we have to go further up to get people by tram or train, whatever, up to the iron, which feeds down this pipe into the iron processing. Yeah, and I don't have an iron ore storage, and I'm not sure if we need it because it doesn't get divided up in the same way that the coal does, but we could possibly put one right in this area. Let's see what happens when we start putting in our roads. And then other than that, you know, this is, you can see where the coal comes out of here, goes into our cement. Well, that doesn't go into the cement silo. It goes right past it to the cement plant. And then we can get cement out of here, possibly by train. So this is a freight train line. And then we also will be able to put a road in here, I'm assuming, and get the cement out by road over to our cement plant. So I don't think it'll be a big deal to do that. And there's, you know, some issues to work out with the roads probably. This is an aggregate loaded, so if you see, we also have our coal or our stone ore processing. And then somewhere up here in the butt cheeks, up here, we'll put a quarry at some point. Maybe sooner than later, but let's see. And like I said, I wanted to get a lot of this laid out. Let's zoom out. Maybe you guys can see it if you have a bigger screen, right? So we're taking up a big area and we're using an awful lot of stuff. So yeah, but I also wanted to lay this out. So as we started building this city more seriously, because we're going to need quite a few people to a degree, we're not going to try to fill all of these industries up. In some ways it'll be a waste, but at least we'll be able to start producing a lot of our own materials relatively soon. And we'll be able to, you know, make sure our houses aren't too close to, say, this prefab panels factory to do that. Oh, by the way, the other last little thing is there is our outgoing freight line plan, right? So there we go. So I hope I'm going to go ahead and commit to all of these things since it's the end of the episode. And I need to do it from here. So let's go to conveyors, right? And then we'll do the railroad tracks. Makes it a lot harder to see these things, doesn't it? So I wanted to make sure I showed you guys that. Yeah. Now, the other thing, Dennis and I were talking the other night, and we worked out that unless this thing is right on the border, this is the steel mill, it's really not worth purchasing, or it's really not worth building the steel mill first, right? It's just because of mostly, I mean, in other words, if there was no delivery charge, it might be worth it. Even then, there's some question. But it's definitely not worth it if you have almost any import fees, like if you're just purchasing the iron. So we're going to be working towards probably getting the coal first, I would think. But we can, you know, decide or get your comments possibly. And then that way we could get like the power going more quickly. We can get the steel, you know, started. We can decide as we go. And like I said, we got a lot of work to do. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of the likes and subscriptions and everything else and all the support you've given me on the channel. I had a video a few days ago, so some of you will understand why the text that I got right before the oil guy got here was about my friend. So it's been a rough couple days for me, but thank you guys for all your support. It means a lot. And yeah, I will be back to make another episode. Hopefully I can be positive and happy about it, right? I'm sure. All right, anyway, have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.